Hey guys and girls, this is Ali with Solar Flare Trading. I want to shoot a really quick video here on my new secret weapon when it comes to against the trading war. so, like, I want to go ahead and introduce to you TrendSpider. So, TrendSpider is a charting software, kind of similar to TradingView, but just with a lot more robust features. Okay, uh, and to me, it's a monthly subscription that you have to pay for, but it's totally worth it. It's low cost, so it doesn't cost a lot, but it's very beneficial in your trading. And I've been using it here over the last week, and it's really helped me out. And I want to just go ahead and share with you some of the features. All right. Now, of course, you can go click on the link in the description box below. You can save 10% by using the code, and that way you'll save on your monthly or yearly subscription if you choose to do so. We really would appreciate that by supporting the channel. But let's jump into it, guys. This is awesome. It has so many features on here that if I did the full video on everything that's included, it'll take like 2 hours. Okay, so I'm just gonna go ahead and hit on some of the highlights of this on how I've been using it personally. So as you can see here from left to right, you're going to put in, you can put in your stock symbol here. Here you're going to have different types of uh, charting that you can, use on here, rectangles, trend lines, Fibonacci, support resistance, etc. All right. Next, you got your charts. All right. You can set up your charts where it can be just one main chart, two charts, up to four charts, etc. So I really like that availability on that. And here, take that off. Okay. Next, you have this what's called MTFA, which is multi-timeframe analysis. Multi-timeframe analysis allows you to look at and compare different charts, higher time frames or lower time frames together on one chart. So you don't have to have multiple charts open. And the way that that works is if you click that, you'll see where it says, let's go ahead and open one of these up here real quick. Let's see. Let's bring that down to one chart. All right. All right. Here, put that up there. Okay. So you can see the 5 minute chart versus you can do it versus the any time frame you want. Okay. On the charts, as you can see, you can do it against the hour. And so it'll draw like this trend line is coming from the hour time frame. All right. On your 5 minute chart. All right, which is really cool. And you can do other types of indicators on there as well. So basically, that's what we call multi-time frame analysis. Unclick that here really quick. Next, you have the like an auto fib feature. So if you just hit auto fib, it'll automatically draw a Fibonacci uh, retracement on your screen going from top to bottom. All right, so open that up here. So you can see, automatically draws your lines for you in here, different types of price levels, etc. Trends, as you can see here, trends is going to be anything from uh, the trends are going to be pretty much like their different trend lines, okay? And the trend lines are very smart. So you could do it where you could have original, enhanced, or standard. Personally, just go with original, and then you can have it where it respects either the wick or the high or low, or the body. All right, from where the trend line will start. All right, and then gaps, it can respect or ignore the gaps within the market. So if you wanted to respect, just leave that on. And of course, you just hit apply. But these are trends that automatically pop up on your screen. These are trends that automatically pop up on your screen, etc. So let me just show you here. Let's go to the 30-minute time frame. All right. And you go to the 30-minute time frame and go back over here. Oh, and then just kind of similar to trading view in a way, you kind of click this little line down and you can highlight it what you want it to appear. So now we got our trends. All right. So our trend lines are popping up on the screen here. And then you just kind of elevate the trends to what do you think is specific. All right. So looking at it here, this doesn't give me any specific trend lines on the 30-minute chart. All right. So I simply go to the hour. Let me take the fib off here. All right, take that off. Okay, so this right here, this is what I was using last week on Tesla. All right, so you can see this trend has already set up a wedge pattern for us right here. And I'll go into my play a little bit here on how I was able to make money last week on Tesla by following this setup. Real quick, indicators. All right, you can add any indicator you can even think of. There's over 118 different indicators to add on your charts. Okay, from Bollinger Bands to Ikamuku Cloud to you name it. All right, they got it. All right, so you can put any type of let's say you want to add a Bollinger Band, just hit apply. All right, those your Bollinger Bands on your sequence there on your chart. All right, so very easy. Uh, so if you're the type that loves different types of indicators, they have those on there. Patterns. All right. So patterns is going to be something here where this right here. I haven't seen any charting software do this, and you can pretty much set up any type of pattern that you want. Okay, so you got anything from doji star, engulfing candles, gapping up a dojis, three soldiers, shooting stars, you name it. Okay, so let's just show you an example here. Let's choose the what's a good one? Let's just throw one. Let's just say an evening doji star. Okay, I want to search for evening doji stars, and then it'll go ahead and highlight it on your screen if any of those apply. All right, so let's see here. Oh, let me make sure my drawing's back on. Hold on here. I'm trying to. How do I take this off? Oh, there we go. Okay. All right. So looking at it here, no morning doji stars or whatever we just said. Okay, that we were looking for. So we clear that off, and then you can look at. Let's see. You want to see if there's been 4 red candles in a row, or let's say 6 red candles in a row, green candles. All right. So you can see right here. This will highlight on your screen that this was 6 green candles in a row. All right. And you can set this up. You can get an alert every time that goes off or that forms and develops on your chart, which is really good. So this right here, so maybe your strategy involves some type of pattern of that nature. And you can just play around with this, man. You can use any type of whatever dojis. If you want to find just nothing but dojis. All right. So you got all these particular dojis, candles firing off here within the strategy. All right. Next, take the patterns off. Heat map. Heat map is definitely one of my favorite features in TrendSpider. Okay, because the trend lines follow with the heat map makes you a very, very knowledgeable trader. All right, let's take a look. So heat map is what you see right here in the red. Okay, what you see in the red is the heat map, and that's pretty much like your support and your resistance. Okay, so this zone, the darker the red, is simply telling me that we had more touches at this point. Okay, on the chart. All right, amongst anything coming in here, the brighter the red, the stronger the resistance zone or support zone, and you can switch it up. So you can. I'm looking at a horizontal. You can do a depth of market heat map, and it kind of just gives you, all over the screen different areas you could go to. or you can do trends. And this would be like so far as with trend lines in the market that have crossed at a certain point to show you support and resistance. Now, personally, I do horizontal. Horizontal works for me because I can tell right off the rip of the areas that I can look for at either reversal points or bounces to that. And right here, this was how I was able to make money last week on Tesla because I seen here right off top, this was in a wedge, all right, from the trend lines that TrendSpider gave me. I seen that price broke. Okay, so at this point right here, that next morning it gapped down. All right, so when it gapped down, I'm looking at two things here for confirmation. I'm looking to see price come back to this trend line and retrace back down. And also, you can see where that trend line is. You have a very bright red uh, uh, heat map sensor going off here. So this is telling me there's a lot of resistance in this area. And as you can see, Tesla hit that mark and came right back down. All right. I mean, it was textbook, and I had it up on all. I had it up on the 5 minute, 15, and the hour, I believe, and I think even on the 5 minute where I made my entry. Let me go down here, show you all this. Here we go. So price gap down, like we seen from the trend line, went back into this area. As you can see, it wasn't as bright red as you can see on the hour, but going back into this area, it consolidated, 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 getting bounced once, bounced twice, bounced three times, and then finally the sellers came in and price just tanked. All right, which we could easily see on our charts. So we know we open this up. I'm doing this on my laptop. I wish I was doing it on my larger monitors so you can kind of see what I'm talking about. But let's see, 5 minute, make that a 15 minute. We're going to make this an hour, and we'll make this a 4 hour. So you can see clear confluence here in all of those areas. Okay, you can see clear confluence in all of those areas. Take this off there. So we had the support zone. I'm sorry, the resistance zone here. Oops, go back here. We had the resistance zone here clearly on the 5 minute. And then also if we look here on the 15 minute, same resistance zone, hour. Okay. Red. And then even on the 4 hour, let me see, was this showing on the 4 hour? Yep. And it was even showing on the 4 hour. So right there told me that when price sold out, if it comes back into this zone, as soon as I get a increment that this is going to sell, and it did it perfectly. And then also going in confluence with my wedge pattern that broke at that point made me very confident in this trade. All right, so that's the heat map. I'm sorry, I went on a lot about that, but to me, that feature right there is going to make me so much money and make you all so much money as well, because you're going to know the exact timing points in the market where to expect these turnarounds. Now, it's not gospel, okay? You can't just look at it on one time frame, but if you go ahead and spread that out over different time frames and they're all showing that same area, take the trade. Take the trade, and especially when you get the confluence of the trend lines as well. All right, next you got events. This one I didn't sign up for, but you can actually get analyst estimates on stocks. So it'll show you a chart of where different analysts in the markets, the big wigs, the different big firms of what their strong buys are, their strong sales are, and you can actually chart that on your screen. So it's really cool. Next here, you could create your alerts. Okay, so if price hits any of the, let's say if it hits a a trend line or an indicator, a pattern, anything to that effect, you can set up an alert for yourself that'll go straight to you here. So you can do that at an indicator or trend line or multi-factor alert. Strategy tester here, this right here is really cool. So if you go into the strategy tester, all right, you can kind of compare different types of strategies here that they have compared. So let me just kind of show you a little bit here. I haven't spent a ton of time in here, but let's see. All right, so we're looking at the strategy tester, let's say 5-minute chart. You can pick how many candles, if you want to narrow it down to that. Longs only. And hold on, I want to show you, it's another feature here. Okay, here we go. And you just want to add the parameter, condition, indicator, let's say a BK squeeze greater than, okay. So anything to, and I have to play around with this a little bit more, but you can go in and they have different types of strategies that you can go in and you can test and back test over the years to see if it would have been profitable for you, etc. So let me even, okay, yeah, I messed it up. But anyway, there's a tutorial right here. You click on the tutorial or whatever, it kind of walks you right through it. And they have a university as well. So it tells you, have videos on how to do all of this. All right. But I haven't really played around with that. Now, the market scanner, on the other hand, I have played around with. So the market scanner, kind of think of it like as a equivalent to like Google for the stock market. All right. So basically, here you can look at over here for your scanners, and you can scan the markets against different types of signals that's firing off. See, let's say if you want to search for down 10% or more on the day, lower Bollinger Bands, it has all different types of strategies that you can go ahead and look at. So let's say RSI breakout. If you want to scan the stocks to see what's going to be in the RSI breakout, you can scan it through the pairs, and also you can do it even through cryptos as well, guys. All right, cryptos, even currencies, forex as well. So let's look at the Nasdaq and let's see if we can find a RSI breakout on that. And we'll just scan the charts. All right, so now it's pulling up all of these stock symbols over here that have an RSI breakout. All right, in effect. So you just click on that. I have to make this bigger or reduce this size. Probably because I have so many charts open. Let me go back. Okay. All right, here. Hold on, let me fix this real quick. Just a second. Okay, I think I just got to remove the scanner. Okay, there we go. All right, so I just have to hit the scanner button. All right. Anyway, so basically here, this is showing a breakout. Okay, a RSI breakout on this particular type of stock. Go back to market scanner there, and of course, I don't think it saved it from before. It did not. But anyway, you can kind of play around with it and look at different types of stocks that's going to be on the list. So, and all of these different options you can see over here in the far left, you can go ahead and scan, on that. So, which makes it really good. So simple gap down strategy that you can do. Let's see, all of these particular pairs are gapping down. What's this? Exxon Mobil. Take that away. Look at the chart. See that's gapping down. So you can kind of play with that, as well in there. But the main feature as far as with that, I would say is going to be the best thing for you is going to be with the trends and also the heat map. That's the only thing I've been dealing with, okay, so far, and just kind of doing my comparisons. So if you look here, let's see. So we already showed the Amazon trade. I'm sorry, not Amazon, but Tesla. But also look at Amazon that same day. Okay, I was looking at Amazon that same day along with and look, see how it just automatically draws my trend lines on here for me? Look at that perfect wedge pattern. All right, at this point. And this is on the daily on Amazon. But let's go to the 5 minute. This what makes this thing so good. Let's go to the 5 minute. And let's look at Friday here. Give it a moment. All right, here we go. Bam. Look at this. This was, pull this down here. You can see that was January 28th. Yep. Went right into this resistance level. All right. Hot, bright red. As you can see here, and you can see one touch, two touches, three touches, four touches. And as soon as Amazon came back to this area on Friday, on the 28th, it crashed. I'm sorry, not Friday, Thursday. As far as it just crashed, right? Came right down. And look, it was no major thing getting in its way. Look at this. You had a small resistance level here on the heat map, but not enough to where you're gonna look to turn it around. But look, let's do. Remember, I told you multi-time frames. Let's look at the 15 minute. All right, let's look at the 15 minute. All right, look, bright red on the 28th. You can see it on the 15 minute as well. That's an extra confirmation. Let's look and see about on the hour. Let's see what it was doing on the hour time frame. All right, so we look at the hour. That was the 29th. We really didn't see it on the hour time frame here. But if we go to the 4 hour, see, looking at the 28 here. So it was up here. So we really didn't see it on the higher time frames. So we got our confirmation was more on our Tesla. We could see it on all four different charts that was forming in that area, which made that play very solid. But on this one, we easily saw it on the 5 minute, and we seen it on the 15 minute. Would have been a good enough to tell me where that was a strong scalping opportunity here. Okay. Because here I was like, all right, that was perfect within that zone. Let's see a little bit other ones. Bank of America. Oh, no, I'm sorry, Boeing. You know, you can kind of see these zones, and you can just kind of do a quick scan, on your charts to just kind of see like where are those levels the most relevant at, and then from that point you can just start doing your multi-time frame analysis and going on to the different charts. All right, see this with lift. Lift came back up to this area here on the 28th. All right, so let's look at the 15 minute. Okay, or is it 28th? Didn't show us that on the 15 minute, but it was a very strong prevalent on that. So that's what I like about this system. And you can see here, you're going to get a lot of different arrows, right? When you on your trends. So if you just hit trends, it just takes all of those trend lines off. You snap it back on, and you have everything effective right there. So first thing this is telling me, I'm just going to start. You can take off the trends that you find irrelevant. All right. All right. You just remove that. And give me 1 second here, guys. Let me get a charger. My laptop is going dead. Okay. And so what you want to do is you want to just start taking off off the trend lines that are not relevant, okay, to you. So as we can see here, this was a nice trend line going up that broke before that happened. This was a nice one going down on a wedge pattern. All right, so I really think that one is showing like a potential. So I'm just going to take this one off here. All right, so you can easily see where the trend going up. This is going down. Before this broke, this is forming a great wedge pattern. All right, into that zone. And that was one that you've been looking at to take on the sale, right? Just from on the 15-minute chart from that wedge. And let's see here. And even going back to that Tesla play, all right, even going back to that Tesla play, we can look at it here and tell that that was a very powerful zone. Because if we drew fibs on here, hold up. All right, so if we drew our fibs on here, as you can see, this area right here, so we got a lot of confluence going on. So this area right here was at our 50% pullback, all right? So which is pretty known as, the golden zone between the 50 and the 61, right? So right here at this level, we got a very big, a very strong resistance level with the heat map. Plus, we're looking at a 50% retracement area that is coming into as well, which is a strong sell signal. So this is just giving me extra confluence on this Tesla to go ahead and jump into that trade. And we will go ahead and enter on that 5 minute. All right. And as you can see, even on the 5 minute time frame, same zone, right? Coming right to that 50% level, as you can see here in that golden zone. And we got the sale. All right, coming in. And then on top of that extra confluence, we looked at the hour chart and we seen that it was breaking our our wedge, right? It broke it, pulled back. Even on the hour time frame, we do our fib to the high, bring that down to the low, right? And as you can see, price came right back into the 50. So at this point, price is coming back into the 50% retracement, our golden zone between the 50 and the 61. Then on top of that, we have a bright red heat map showing a very strong sign of resistance here. And number three, price is coming back and it broke our wedge pattern. All right, it broke our wedge pattern here on the map. On our trend line. And it even came back, retested that wedge trend line, and then hit back. So that right there just made it altogether a great trade. Okay, and pretty much those are the major things with TrendSpider that I like, that I've been able to take advantage of. And like I said, you guys can do this on any stocks, forex, indices, and crypto. All right. So, even looking at, let's see some of the ones that was going this week. We're looking at AMC. Yeah, AMC and GameStop, those were just in a league of their own, the whole time. As far as with this, I could tell you that much. But yeah, so that's what I really like this system. I think it has a lot of potential in going and helping you out. To me, I'm going to be using this only for my trading along with my other analysis. But TrendSpider to me gets a thumbs up. I think the potential and I haven't even cracked the potential on this. Like, I hadn't even really got into the market scanner in depth, the strategy tester. I was fumbling around with that. Just alone from the heat map and the trends alone, and can make you, I think, enough money to where you will have a daily routine. Okay, you have a daily routine of coming in, knowing exactly where these points in the market are going to be for these turnarounds that you can go ahead and start capitalizing on. And to me, that's the most important thing, because basically, if you don't know how to draw support resistance zones, or you're not good at drawing trend lines, you can have TrendSpider take care of all of that, and that's on the small stuff. That's on the small stuff. Like I said, so if you're really a nerd, you can kind of get into all this other type of things. that they have for you to go ahead and take advantage of. So like, it's just really beneficial because a lot of this stuff I hadn't even tapped into, that you can go ahead and start doing as well. Oh, one quick thing I want to go ahead and bring up real quick, and then we'll go ahead and end this video. TrendSpider has something called Raindrops. Okay, it's a form of a candlestick. Okay, so it kind of imitates regular candlesticks, I guess in a way. It's TrendSpider's own uh, unique, I guess, when it comes to that. So as you can see, these are, instead of candles, you have raindrops, and kind of indicating where anytime you see like a bright blue um, type of raindrop form, that these are potential points in the market where you could find retracements. Going back against the market. So if you see one here, then odds are it's probably going to drop. Which it did. Of course, right here it did not. So you can't take it as gospel, but it's just a different way of looking at the market, which I think is pretty unique for them. So if you all want to try that out, they have a video that explains it way better detail than what I can give you on it. But other than that, I think as far as for the value that they give, uh, the value that they give based on the pricing that they charge, I think is a no brainer. So if you all got any questions, in detail, definitely feel free to, reach out to those guys. I'm pretty sure they can answer any detailed questions. If you got questions on anything like the heat map and the trend line feature, which I feel to gives me the biggest advantage as far as in the market, definitely let me know, and then we can see what we can do to help you out. All right, guys. Until later, I talked enough. Check out the website and feel free to please like and subscribe to the channel. Peace.